Hey, I'm Spencer.
And I'm Britton.
Since 2011, Buckethead has released 303 albums in his Pikes series, and we're going to listen to them.
3 at a time.
This is Gettin Head.
Welcome, friends, foes, sluts, and hoes. Big dogs, little kitties, pretty bitches in the city. Country boys, cunts and goys, punters, gunthers, movie hunters.
Yeah.
Hunter Biden, Thunder God Raiden, or is it Raiden? Sarah Palin, Iron Maiden, Seattle band Aiden, anybody high on kratom, bucket bots, asexuals and thoughts, English speakers and polygots.
Wow.
Warren Beatty, here we come. Wayne Brady, get ready for fun. Like Trident gum, the flavor's gonna last. It's episode 81 of Gettin Head. A
Bucketcast. Damn. Look at that. We're here.
We are here.
We're here. We're at the square of 9.
This is 9. Yeah,
The square of 9, the fourth power of 3, Brit.
The third, fourth, yeah, that is the fourth power of 3, you're right.
I know. It's also the atomic number of thallium.
Interesting. To the fourth power, that's like, third is cubed, fourth is hypercubed, right?
I don't know.
Because that's the next thing after a cube is a hypercube.
I thought the thing after a cube was cube 2 hypercube.
Yeah, exactly, hypercube.
Oh, right, okay, yeah.
Not cube 0, which is the third one,
correct.
but also the prequel.
Yeah, of course.
Big shout out, cube movies rock.
Yeah, they're pretty great.
Stupid.
They're dumb. They're fun. They're dumb. You know what else is dumb? Okay, so speaking of 81 and things that are dumb, the symbolic number of the Hells Angels Motorcycle Club is 81. H and A are the 8th and first letter of the alphabet, respectively.
Ha!
Indeed. It's also the code for international direct dial phone calls to Japan.
Ah.
Yeah.
I got hoes in Japan's area codes. You know what I'm saying?
I do know what you're saying. You're probably also familiar. 81 is one of 2 ISBN group identifiers for books published in India.
I did know that, actually. That's all I knew.
Why did you know that?
I jerk off to it.
Okay.
It's in the porn that I watch.
Oh, yeah. You're into that Bollywood porn.
the Bollywood Dewey Decimal type stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, where worlds collide, as Power Man 5000 said.
Yeah, really.
Yeah. It's the number of stanzas or chapters, if you will, in the Tao Te Ching.
Also known, 81 stanzas, also known as the George Costanza.
There you go. Yeah, that's true. That's true. It's the number of provinces in Turkey. 81, baby.
Yeah.
And it's the number of prayers said in the rosary each night.
Excellent job copying Wikipedia today.
I did. I went to Wikipedia. Well, so I edited a little bit. I didn't select all of them. I selected the ones that I thought were somewhat interesting.
Wonderful.
Yeah, I wanted to throw out some factoids, though. Some fun facts, if you will. I've heard fun facts are a thing, so I'm trying to embrace them.
Super fun. Actually, more than fun, I'd say they were 80 fun.
Wow, you went there.
Oh, I went there. Yeah. So anyway, going there, let's talk about give a Patreon update.
Okay, let's do it.
Before you go wherever you're going, let's see. What do we got? This week we released the episode talking about Primus's Conspiranoia.
Yes, correct.
That was very fun. That
was really fun, actually. That was a very fun conversation talking about just conspiracies. They're weird and fun to talk about.
Also, Heathcliff Part 3 dropped this week, and Heathcliff Part 4 will drop next week.
Which, the one we just recorded, Part 4, a great time.
It's a real...
It was a really good time. It was very fun.
It's a real little Fockers, if you will.
It is, certainly. You meet those Fockers in the previous episodes, and then you ham
those Fockers.
Then you have the littlest of Fockers here. That should have been the name of the sequel to Little Fockers, though, right? Is Littlest Fockers.
That's true.
And that's when the kids have kids.
Oh, yeah.
And then, like, they put not Bruce Willis, sorry, Ben Stiller in old man makeup.
Ooh, or how about this one? Giant Fockers, where, like, like the little Fockers grow up to be, like, football players.
Uh-huh.
And so it's, like, fucking, like, Ben Stiller as a grandpa dealing with having, like, giant children.
I think Huge Fockers would be a better title for that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Or how about Focking Huge? Focking Enormous.
Yeah.
Sure. So anyway, we got that on the Patreon. And big shout out to Dan Morrison, Ian Killia, and Dylan Lance, the folks in our $5 tier.
The legends.
You're killing it. And also, if you are on our
Killia,
Patreon, or if you're listening, please go ahead and rate us on Apple Podcasts. For some reason, we have more subscribers on Patreon than we do have, people who have reviewed our podcast on Apple Podcasts, which I find weird because people are obviously enjoying it. So go ahead and fucking review us, please. It helps the podcast out, helps new people to get to listen to it. But if you want to keep it to yourself, that's fine.
Yeah,
I get having your own dirty little secret.
Yeah, that's true. We are dirty and we are little in the sense
Speak for yourself.
Nobody
I'm very clean.
Talks about us.
I'm a sanitary napkin, Spencer. I'm a sanitary napkin.
That's a weird thing to say about yourself. I mean, I took a shower.
Sanitary napkin.
I took a shower today.
Yeah, but you said you gave yourself the title of dirty.
Oh, that's true.
You said what are you talking about?
I did. You're right. You're right.
I'm not included in this. You can include yourself if you want.
That's true. Yeah.
I'm not calling you dirty. You called
filthy.
you dirty, Spencer.
Yeah. I'm acknowledging it and I'm owning it.
You're a filthy Phil.
I absolutely am.
You're a filth and Salmo.
Nice. Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Got anything else for that?
One more thing. If you're listening, happy 29th birthday to headgetter Mike Phillips.
Hell yeah. Happy birthday.
Yeah, ex-Mikey Warrior X.
Tight.
Yeah. Regular listener.
Happy birthday, homie.
Happy birthday, dog.
Love to see it. So Britt, hey, what's up with you? What's new?
Killing, chilling, being a villain.
Really? A villain to Mormons?
A villain to Mormons. Oh, I started something recently. Started a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did. I saw that.
Putting up a bunch of rips of my old VHS tapes that are not available anywhere else. I also got really into, in the past few weeks, AI HD upscaling. Got really into, like, programming, like, different AI patches for doing stuff with movies and restoring them.
Okay.
And it's pretty
like what sort of software are you using for that?
A thing called Topaz Labs. I'm also using Handbrake.
Okay. Handbrake's tight.
I'm using a variety of things like patches to Handbrake. Like there's different things for noise ratios. Like there's just a ton of fucking different tools that I'm using.
Video's complicated.
Video's super complicated, and like the thing is, like getting, oh man, it's so complicated because not only are you trying to get a good initial rip of a video,
but you also need to
taking compression, video compression, like what codec you're using, exactly how different codecs work, and so
because like I've only done a little amount of this, but from what I have done of it, it's very complex in the sense that you're balancing like final file size with quality.
Yep.
And it's complicated.
And quality with playability on web platforms.
Correct. Yeah. So there's a lot there, and there's a lot of choices to make.
There.
And if you don't know what you're doing, like it can be really overwhelming.
Yeah.
And then once you do know what you're doing, it can be very like just time consuming because you're like basically trial and erroring until you figure out what's going to look best.
Right. And thankfully I've been working with a lot of the tools, especially like sharpening and denoising programs and stuff like that for a while. And so doing the legwork of preparing the video for actually doing an AI upscale is something I've already been doing because, you know, like doing a good compression of a large file size and using like different algorithms to actually make it look good and compress it in such a way that sometimes it looks better than the initial film because of certain smoothing operations and certain denoising and sharpening operations and dehaloing and things like that, which, I mean, I could do a whole series of podcasts on this because I've gone like way deep down the rabbit hole. But anyway.
You're holding it up.
I'm holding it up. And so go check out my YouTube channel, Media Dungeon. I have over 100 films up right now.
Nice.
I'm going to be putting up my second AI HD upscale today. It's going to be of a 1998 film called The Catcher, which is incredible. It's about a kid who he becomes a serial killer, and then his dead father is a catcher, but he's a ghost, and he's telling him to kill people.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah,
I want to see that.
It stars Joe Estevez of like Decker and on cinema at the Cinema Fame.
Wow, that's a deep cut, dude. That's rad.
And I'm restoring it. I actually there's so much I have to do to this video. Like the DVD rip is fucking dog shit. But I think I can like make it look like a proper movie. But yeah, check out the Media Dungeon on YouTube.
Hell yeah, it
fucking rocks. What have you been up to, Spencer?
Oh my God, I have a lot to talk about. Okay, so first, an anecdote. At work the other day, I worked with a family from New Zealand. They came in for some tech support assistance with their son's AirPods. So the people that I talked to, the appointment was under the name of the mom, right? And it was the mom and it was two sons. One was like an older son, maybe in his 20s, and the other one was younger, maybe, I don't know how old kids are, probably between 7 and 12.
That's how old all children are, yes.
Yeah,
7
right?
to 12.
Like, I don't fucking know. Like, kids are kids. He was a kid, but whatever.
You're like, I definitely can't consensually touch that person. That's the only thought in your mind is like, we can't have sex, us two. Sorry, can't look at you. You're a child.
No.
I have that thought. I'm like, that person is not old enough to have sex with.
That's maybe something you shouldn't say on a podcast. I'm just gonna. I mean, maybe it's something you shouldn't ever think, but it's also a thing that you shouldn't think and then shouldn't say aloud, especially into a microphone.
All I'm gonna say is, vote Gary Johnson.
Yeah, there you go. Gary Johnson stands be like. Anyways.
Be like, Gary Johnson stands know the legal age of consent in every state.
That's
and
true.
Live in the one with the lowest.
Oof. Anywho, right. I'm interacting with this family from New Zealand. They're really, really nice. They're cool people. We're talking. The appointment, like I said, is for the younger kids' AirPods. And the kid's name is why I'm bringing this story up. And I know that it's his name for two reasons. Yeah. Firstly, they called him this. So they addressed him as this, and he responded to it. And also, when I paired his AirPods to my my iPad at work, it popped up and it said Blank's AirPods, which is the same name that they called him. And so I knew exactly what it was and how it was spelled. And do you want to guess what the kid's name is?
What is this child's name?
Britt, the child's name is Sperm. S-P-E-R-M. The kid's name is Sperm. They called him Sperm, and he was like, "Yo, my name is Sperm," or however New Zealand people talk. I don't know.
It's like that meme. Hey, Dad, why is sister's name Rose?
Yeah.
Well, because your mother loves roses. Oh, thanks, Dad. Yeah, you're welcome, Sperm.
Yeah.
Dad loves sperm.
Yeah, totally.
Cue DTRM song Sperm.
Yeah, no. So the kid's name was Sperm, and that was super wild. It was hard to maintain. Like I wanted to laugh a lot because it was super weird, but like,
and it was spelled S-P-E-R-M.
SPERM, yes. And so sperm's AirPods paired to my fucking iPad.
Did they just not have that word in New Zealand? Do they speak a different kind of English?
I followed this up. So I immediately texted past guest Chibs. I texted him and I was like, Chibs, I just talked to these people from New Zealand. Their kid's name is Sperm. Is this a joke from down there that I don't understand? And he just said, ha ha ha, no, what the fuck? Apparently it's a New Zealand thing. I don't know.
Yeah, I was going to say, why are you asking an Australian guy?
Well,
like, New Zealand is like the respectable brother of Australia.
Well, totally, but like, here's the thing. That's the closest person I know to New Zealand. You know what I mean? And like, they're way closer to fucking New Zealand than like anyone else that I know.
True, and so, you know, if you just like sent that to Cody Cooper, she'd be like, I got to block another creep.
Yeah, that's a good point. But... yeah, so apparently Chibs has no idea, and like I feel like that's as good of an expert opinion as we're gonna get. So
absolutely,
I don't know. Okay, a few other things happened.
We love a child. We love child sperm.
Yeah, I guess
I just got you on tape agreeing to that, Spencer.
I wasn't listening because I was reading a list.
You like child sperm, Spencer. We like it.
Cut all this out. This isn't good podcasting. Anywho, why don't we do this? Why don't you hit us with goth news, and then we're gonna discuss something.
Yeah, we are.
No, not even that. There's another thing, and then we'll discuss that.
Fine.
Okay.
Beneath the weeping moon, it's goth news. Goth news, cruel news.
This week in goth news, proto-goth composer and notable ginger Danny Elfman performed at the Coachella Music Festival.
Yeah, he did.
Alongside nu metal goth Wes Borland and Buckethead friend Josh Freese in his band.
I didn't realize Josh Freese was playing with him. That's cool.
Elfman performed several Oingo Boingo hits, performed a medley of songs from The Nightmare Before Christmas, and was accompanied by an orchestra that played his movie themes from films like Spider-Man, Pee-wee's Big Adventure, The Batman, and, of course, The Simpsons.
Dude, this sounds so fucking incredible. I need to find a video. Is there like a full-length video of this?
There is. There's several full-length videos.
I gotta watch this because like I'm such a huge fucking Elfman fan. Like,
the set list is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I looked at the set list the other day and it's pretty awesome.
I really gotta...
Elfman will also be playing next weekend at the festival.
Wow. That'd be a hell of a thing to see.
Mm-hmm. In goth obituaries this week, Zippy Chippy, notable goth, an American thoroughbred racehorse, has died this week at the age of 30.
Oh, no.
Just 4 days before his 31st birthday.
Oh, sad.
Zippy Chippy was known in the horse racing world for having competed in 100 races and winning exactly 0 of them, making him the most losingest racehorse of all time on record.
That's such a rad thing.
Rest in peace, Zippy Chippy. You can't lose anymore.
R.I.P., buddy.
R.I.P. Goth bud. And finally in goth news, goth and pizza patriarch Papa John Schnatter was in the news this week in reference to some ongoing business news.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The board of Twitter this week quietly adopted what is known as a poison pill strategy against Elon Musk, which is a business strategy to prevent a hostile corporate takeover.
Yep.
The strategy, and I spent way too much time researching this to explain it in a very concise way.
Okay.
Basically says if a certain person, Elon Musk in this case, buys over 15% of shares of a company, all shareholders but that person are rewarded by the stock doubling, effectively giving that one person 7.5% of shares whenever the stock reaches 15% of their ownership.
Huh.
Yeah. And so it's basically a legal maneuver that is totally legal because they're not allowed to penalize any shareholder for owning too much stock. However, they are allowed to reward all of the other shareholders in a way that penalizes that one stockholder.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And it's effective against pretty much every hostile corporate takeover strategy that exists. And there's a bunch of them. There's like 4 major ones that I could go through, but I won't. So the poison pill strategy was very notably used back in 2018 on Papa John's by the Papa John's board of directors, where the board capped John Schnatter at 31% of the stock that he held at the time. Since his departure from the company, Schnatter has divested and currently owns only 4% of the company.
Interesting.
Schnatter stepped down as CEO of Papa John's in 2018 after he blamed declining sales on football players protesting the treatment of black people in America, causing their stock to fall 30% overnight. Then he used the N-word during a conference call.
Gone news from cool dudes.
In other news... I want to talk about something first, and then we'll talk about the other thing that we need to talk about.
Okay.
So, Metal Injection reported today, Ozzy Osbourne claims that he was talking to Lemmy on the morning that he died.
Yeah. On the phone?
I'm not sure. It didn't really elaborate. So, here's the thing. I asked people on the internet what they thought that those two talked about.
Yeah.
And let's check on him. I haven't actually read any of these.
Oh.
So
I think, personally, it was the Toby Keith strategy. And Ozzy was like, want to talk about me, I want to talk about Ozzy's next album. Please be on it.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So I asked the internet what they thought that these two talked about. And we have a few responses. Forever Macklin says, Chipotle burritos and incoherent babbling.
Yeah.
I agree with incoherent babbling.
That's the thing. How can you, those two old British fucking coked up dudes, are just neither of them can understand each other, and much less themselves.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Jaffro Music says, incoherent mumbling. You know what, Ozzy?
Yep.
Uh-huh. Yep. So, a lot of that. A lot of drug talk. A lot of people say drugs. A lot of people say whiskey.
I don't know about drugs. They're into very different drugs.
Yeah.
That's one thing that I think really always set Motorhead apart, especially Lemmy, was he was one of the few rock stars that really just like speed. Eating speed pills, and that was pretty much it.
Yeah.
He didn't do other drugs. You know, he obviously he drank a bottle of Jack Daniels every day for 40 years. Seriously.
It's pretty fucking wild.
That's crazy.
I know. Yeah. It's really fucking crazy amount of alcohol.
Yeah, it is.
User G Dixo says that Lemussy.
Oh, yeah. That Lemussy.
That Lemussy.
That Ozzy as well.
Yeah, that Ozzy. Yeah. Turbo Necronomicon just says...
Yeah, that's what it
I think that's
like.
probably pretty close, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. And also... Yeah. A lot of grumbling. I've got to imagine.
I bet their phone call sounded like a Tim Allen stand-up comedy set.
In other news, and important news, because I asked you to listen to this.
Yeah.
Primus' Les Claypool wrote a song that then collaborated with other musicians to bring it to light, called Zelensky, the Man with the Iron Balls.
Uh-huh.
Playing on the song, here, let me bring up the YouTube here, so it actually gives us the full list of the musicians involved in this. Playing on the song is Les Claypool, bass, vocals, Stuart Copeland, percussion.
From the Police.
From the Police. And the composer of the soundtrack for the first 3 Spyro the Dragon games.
Yeah.
In my opinion, his best work.
He's actually done some pretty good film soundtracks, too.
For sure. Stuart Copeland's tight. Like, no. I'm not a huge fan of the Police, ACAB.
Yeah, definitely.
But I do like those Spyro the Dragon soundtracks quite a bit. Eugene Hoots, acoustic guitar and vocals. I'm not sure who that is. Sean Lennon, who we've talked about before, guitar and vocals.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting that he's working with Les Claypool still, because he's an anti-vaxxer.
Really?
Sean Lennon is an anti-vaxxer.
I did not know that.
So both of the Lennons are anti-vaxxers.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, both of the Lennon brothers, Sean and Julian, came out as anti-vax together.
That's dumb.
Yeah, which is weird because, like, Les Claypool just made an anti-conspiracy song.
Which notably dunks on anti-vax people.
Exactly. Notably dunks on his bandmate from the Lennon-Claypool Delirium.
Yeah. But yeah, so Sean Lennon is doing guitar and vocals. Sergei Rybatsev plays violin, and Billy Strings plays acoustic guitar. Music by Les Claypool. Lyrics by Les Claypool and Eugene Hoots. And video by Cage Claypool.
Must be his son.
A video editor. I wonder if he's the one who did the Primus video.
Yeah, me too. I wonder if he named him after the place he was born.
Oh, Jesus.
Or I wonder if his other son is Basement Claypool.
Nice. Anyways, so this was posted on YouTube by official Primus. So Primus is official channel.
It's not a Primus song, though.
It's not a Primus song, but it was posted by Primus's official channel. And let me read the YouTube description here.
Yeah.
So their YouTube description is, to show your support for Ukraine, please send in video clips of you, your friends, colleagues, children, pets, favorite ventriloquist dummy, or anything else you may deem appropriate or wonderfully inventive, clapping along to the song Zelensky, the man with the iron balls. It doesn't have to be high production. Just use your phone, video camera, or old Bolex. Send the footage to ironballs@primusville.com.
Let's just send him jerk off vids. And let's jerking off in tandem.
No. CBT videos. Because iron balls, right?
True. Or jerk off vids, and we just like spray paint our balls like
like silver.
Like silver.
Yeah, there you go. So ironballs@primusville.com. You know where to send those videos. Let the world know that you will no longer stand for this rampant bully mentality, and that you support the man and the people who refuse to let their liberties be undermined.
Okay, and so I support the people of Ukraine.
Of course.
Full stop. They're the only people who are like innocent in this whole thing. Like America is guilty. Russia's very guilty. NATO, very guilty.
Yeah, but like homies that just fucking live in Ukraine and just are like living their lives like that's the shit that sucks.
Yeah, they're getting displaced. Like they have nothing to do with this. Yeah. It is a political battle for political ends, and like Zelensky is probably the least evil leader involved in this, I'd say.
Yeah.
The most, the one with the most indemnity here, I guess. But like putting him on a fucking pedestal,
and doing this cringy like Redditification of like your idea of who somebody is. It's so, just like really fucking weird, it's cult of personality ass bullshit.
It's so neoliberal, and so actually, I made a name for this band, although it's not Primus.
Yeah,
it's Pry MSNBC.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Because that's exactly what it is.
It feels very like propagandy.
Yeah, like MSNBC.
Not like the band Propagandy, but it feels like propaganda that is made into a thing. It's really weird. I saw this headline, and it just made me laugh. I was like, all right.
I listened to this walking like through U District, and I could not stop laughing.
It's really, it was hard to listen to. I put it on this morning. And, okay,
so,
let me tell you, actually, you tell your story first.
So,
I'll tell mine.
First off, when you sent me the link for this song, and I saw the title, I wanted to hate it. But let me tell you, be careful what you wish for, because it went beyond hate. I was cringing, walking, and doing the Arthur fists at my sides, oh no!
Yeah.
Every fucking line in the song gets cringier and cringier, and it gets so, oh my god, it's okay. Basically, it's like the music people were making about Obama in 2005.
Oof.
Right? It's that level of cringe and oof, and oh my god, I wish these people knew what I know.
So I I saw this headline. I sent you it without listening to it myself. I was just like, we got to listen to this.
That's what I did with Conspiranoia, because I'm this is going to be something.
Yeah, we're going to have to do this. And so I sent it to you, and then I waited until this morning to listen to it, and I put it on, and then... so I put it on, and I was like, I'll just listen to this real fast. Oh, it's only 4 minutes and 12 seconds long. Okay, chill, whatever. Put it on. 30 seconds into the song, I said, I don't want to fucking listen to this, and I turned it off. And then I was like, I'm going to listen to this later. I don't want to fucking listen to this right now. And then I came back to it later and was like, and the whole way through.
It's
not great.
It's obviously a bunch of musicians who know exactly what they're doing, but it's a shitty jam. It's a shitty jam, and everyone's just noodling over each other, and it's not fun to listen to. It sucks. It's a song. It sucks. It's a bunch of studio musicians trying to play over what the other one's doing.
I feel like if the lyrics were more vague and it wasn't so on the nose about everything, it could be at least fine. But the way that they went about it and how over the top it is.
That's one
really
thing I love too,
much.
is how they use metaphor and stuff, and they start the song the big bad bear is coming, and Zelensky, the man with the iron balls. I'm like, wait a second, you can't call Putin the fucking big bad bear and then call out the other guy by his literal name.
Yeah, it was weird. I was confused by that too, because when it started, I was like, okay, and then it just instantly went off of that and went into super on the nose stuff, and I was like, ugh.
It was so fucking cringe.
Very cringe.
Try MSNBC.
Sure, yeah. But anyways, that was the thing that happened, and it was fucked up and stupid. That's pretty much all I got for that.
You sent me another thing too.
I did send you another thing.
About.
Yeah,
I don't want to talk about this because it's painful.
It is painful, but anyways, I sent you a video of Jon Bon Jovi playing the song.
More specifically, Bon Jovi the band. Now.
Yes, specifically Bon Jovi the band playing Wanted Dead or Alive in Raleigh, North Carolina on April 9th, 2022. This is notable because of Jon Bon Jovi's vocal performance in the song, which is...
It's a real meatloaf.
It is shocking.
It is shockingly bad.
It is shockingly bad. In a way that, it's weird because he's playing guitar too, and he's playing perfectly fine. Perfectly fine.
A little out of time.
A little, but not.
The rest of the band is playing perfectly.
Yeah, that's the other thing. The rest of the band
other
is
guitarist who's also singing is killing it. They should have let him do the whole thing.
Yeah.
He was killing the vocals. He was killing the guitar solo.
Dude, the guitar solo
was perfect.
Yeah, it was really good.
I don't think that guy's Richie Sambora anymore.
No,
I think he's a much younger guy.
I forgot his name.
But he slayed that song in such a way that it made it far more apparent that Jon Bon Jovi was absolutely digging up this song, having sex with it, and re-murdering it.
It's
not burying the corpse.
It's really bad. It's really bad. Yeah, it's really, really bad. He's super off time, the whole time, and he's singing out of key the whole time. He's not he's not enunciating the lines the way they're supposed to be.
And he has in-ear monitors in too.
He has in-ear monitors,
so he can hear all of this.
And it sounds it sounds like he can't hear. is what it sounds like. It sounds like he can't hear what he sounds like,
but he can.
But he can, presumably. You know what was interesting? So I saw this originally. It was posted in this group that I'm in on Facebook called AV Disasters, which is a lot of people in the AV industry kind of like posting about stuff.
Anal and vaginal disasters?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Interesting.
So it's a lot of like people that work in live audio production and live video stuff, or like film crews and stuff like that. It's a lot
I was going to ask, what does that have to do with anuses? But I have done live sound before, so
yeah,
I know.
I know. You've mixed local bands in Alaska. You know perfectly well what an anus has to do with live sound.
Absolutely.
And so they originally posted
because it all sounds like shit.
Exactly. No, there was a person in there that commented on it that was like, I know exactly what's going on here. And their take on it I thought was pretty interesting. So the person said, what's going on, I think, is he's singing along. He's singing along to a pre-recorded track, but his actual mix is too loud, and it should be the song that he's singing, the track that he's singing along to should be louder. And like that's what's happening. I think like somebody was like, hey, this is a mistake on the mix engineer's end. Because like big acts do this sort of shit all the time, where they're like lip syncing on to like a pre-recorded track, and so that was his take on it. I think that's interesting. I think that could be the case.
But wait, lip syncing? He couldn't have been lip syncing.
Well, no. So what he means by that is that like what they have for the production end is they have a pre-recorded vocal.
Oh, and they just don't have that on at all.
Well, and they have the pre-recorded vocal. They should have the pre-recorded vocal playing and him singing along to it live.
Yeah.
But him mixed down a lot.
Right.
But instead, it's just him, and the pre-recorded vocal isn't there.
Yeah. Okay.
And
that
so
makes
like
sense.
that was his idea on it, which actually like makes sense.
Also, it could have sounded totally different. Were there people who were there live and was like that sounded that bad? Or
the video that I sent you was recorded on someone's phone.
Oh, okay.
That was in the audience. So
interesting.
That's what it sounded like live.
But at the same time, like someone had to have heard how bad that was and been like, hey, John.
So here's the thing. I actually looked into this, and apparently they've been posting a lot of videos from this recent tour, and like this is not the only time that he sounded like this.
So then I don't buy that theory. I think he's just fucking blown out. He's got his voice blown out like a hooker's asshole.
But like, here's the thing. Here's the thing about that. Like, he's like super off. Like he can sing, like he's singing, but like just like he's not in key. He's not singing correctly. Yeah. His voice, the timbre of his voice sounds fine, but like the actual,
not really.
The actual pitch,
he sounds pitchy.
And the actual pitch and like, timing is just terrible.
I don't know. I think he might have just lost a dog.
But it might be end of the road for this guy.
End of the road. On a steel horse he rode, and I'm wanted, dead or a chode.
Let me read some. So you should, listener, know this. You should listen to this. You should check this out if you're curious. But it sounds awful. Like he sounds terrible. It sounds nothing like the original.
We'll
it's
put
really
it in
bad.
the episode description
for sure. But let me read some YouTube comments here, because like I don't know what happens. Or sorry, I don't know why this happens, but every time that there's something like this, where an artist is like catastrophically bombing, you get these people who are like, "Nah, it's good," and like I don't know if they're trolling or if they're just dumb. Like I just genuinely don't know. But like, so YouTube user Mo Bigsley says 2 days ago, hands down, the best version of that song I've ever heard. Brings me back to 1986.
Cool.
And YouTube user Brian Murphy responds, it sounds like the studio version. Better, in fact.
Yep.
I guess this is what people be doing. People are dumb, dude. I don't know. I don't get it. Anyways, we listen to... No, it's not time for that.
No, it's not. What are you doing, Spencer?
I'm sorry. I got ahead of myself. Britt, we listen to 3 bucket facts.
It's getting head, not getting ahead of yourself.
Wow.
A Bucketcast.
We listen to 80 bucket facts. What's our 81st bucket fact, Britt?
I don't know. Let's trigger the theme song first before I get triggered.
Bucket fact, bucket fact, bucket fact, bucket fact, bucket fact.
Today we're going to talk about somebody that has orbited Buckethead's world for quite some time. and has recorded 3 albums, presumably, with Buckethead. 1, Melissa Reese. Born in 1990, right here in sunny Seattle, Washington, Melissa started playing piano at age 4 and composing at age 12. When she was 13, the guy that wrote Take My Breath Away for the Top Gun soundtrack discovered her and helped her get into the music industry. At 20, she left Seattle for L.A.
Cool. Louisiana, huh?
Los Angeles.
Oh, yeah, okay.
In Los Angeles, Melissa met Brian Mantilla, also known as Brain, as well as Pete Scaturo, who played keyboards on Buckethead's Giant Robot album.
Yeah.
And together they produced and played all of the instruments on her first EP. Mm-hmm. 3 of the songs ended up being featured in Gossip Girl and Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
Wow. Wait, with Buckethead or her solo stuff?
No, her stuff with Brain and Pete Scataro.
Nice. Okay.
Somewhere soon after this, Melissa met Buckethead, and it was decided that along with Brain, they would make a trio of albums as a trio titled Best Regards, Kind Regards, and Warm Regards.
Huh.
The albums are an interesting set of jams and songs and experiments that range from 8-bit jazz jams to shreddy southern rock to progressive noise to soaring arena metal. Best Regards is divided into sub-albums that are organized by color, and each colored sub-album is kind of like a different idea, even though it's usually a few different songs that are actually fairly different. They kind of like all fit into a similar theme. Mm-hmm. Kind Regards isn't quite as organized and isn't quite as organized musically either. It's more of a series of jams, and it's kind of looser, and it's all right. Not nearly as good as Best Regards. Mm-hmm. I definitely recommend listening to Best Regards and just like kind of find a color that you like.
Nice.
Like Spencer only likes white, for instance.
Oh.
Yeah. There's a lot of awesome stuff on those albums.
Cool.
Unfortunately, only 2 of the 3 albums were ever released. The most information I could find on it is on the TDRS message board. Someone pointed out that since both of those albums were released, Brain and Melissa have uploaded tracks on their shared SoundCloud account that definitely have Buckethead playing on them and were not included on the first 2 albums. However, they've never been included in an album, and it's been 12 years since the release of both of those 2.
We're going to assume that's not coming out.
Probably not. So Melissa would go on to compose a ton of stuff with Brain for movies, commercials, and video games, including the bulk of the soundtrack for Infamous 2.
Really?
Yep. In 2016, the Guns N' Roses camp reached out to her, and according to Axl, he called Brain and asked for his blessing to have her join the band as the second touring keyboardist, which is the gig she's had since then.
Interesting.
So, big ups to Melissa Reese, and huge recommendation for Best Regards from 2010.
Nice.
Indeed.
Bucket Facts.
We
listen to 3 more Pikes. Pike 241, Pike 242, Pike 243. Come with me to Sparks in the Dark, to Hayden's Hollow, to Santa's Toy Workshop.
It's Hamden's Hollow.
That must have been a autocorrect.
Probably. Yeah. Autocorrect doesn't like the Buckethead album titles very much.
Hates them.
Really, it does. It hates them quite a bit.
Pike 241, Sparks in the Dark, released on December 9th, 2016, just 8 days after Pike 240 chart.
Interesting thing about this one, on the album cover, the 13 cents is in a different spot.
It is.
Which
interesting.
Is interesting.
It's a little lower.
So, like we've said before, there's a little, comic book-like logo tag on each of the Pikes, It contains a picture of Buckethead, the number of the pike, and then 13 cents, presumably the price of the pike. And for whatever reason, the 13 cents is like off center on this one. It's like too far down. It's further down than it should be. It's not centered in the box like it typically is.
True.
Which is odd. But I noticed that instantly today.
It could be intentional. Maybe not.
Maybe not. That's the interesting thing about Buckethead, because you don't know.
We can only guess.
You can only guess. He's doing his own J.J. Abrams mystery box shit over here, you know?
Yeah, I'd say more of a David Lynch, really.
Interesting.
More surreal.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. What's your favorite surreal?
Surreal?
Mm-hmm. Mine's Reese's Puffs.
Oh, surreal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Reese's Puffs is really good.
It's a really fucking good cereal.
Yeah.
Like, it's good by itself and it's good in milk. Like, it's just nice.
You know, my favorite cereal is definitely Cinnamon Toast Crunch. It's really good.
It gets soggy really fast, though. You got to eat it really fast.
I love how fast it gets soggy. That's how I like my women, too.
Fast and soggy?
I like them to get soggy real fast. Especially after I pour milk on them.
Yeah, that makes... Wait, does that make sense?
That makes sense.
Nope. Hey, there's a lot more steel string acoustic on this album than there typically is in Buckethead stuff. So there's a lot of steel string acoustic on this. This is a mellow album.
It's very mellow. It's it's pretty good, actually. It's kind of an awesome, like, soft metal and slower rock album.
I really liked all the songs except for track 2, the really long song.
Yeah,
that one I thought was kind of boring.
It's post-rocky, but yeah, it definitely wears out its welcome.
The first song, though, and then the last 2 songs are all
the
really
third song,
pretty good.
The shortest song, the kind of like Latin rock kind of thing.
Oh, yeah, it has almost like a surf rock kind of feel to it in the beginning.
A little bit, yeah, but near the end, he starts playing mostly chords, but he's playing them all on like the very top of his guitar, and so they're really high up, and it sounds like a mandolin a lot.
Yeah, could be a mandolin. We don't.
It could be because
know.
He does play the mandolin,
but
it sounds more like he's playing just really high up on a guitar.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty cool. The last track in particular is pretty interesting because it's got like a steel string acoustic backing track with electronic drums, and then he does a nylon string guitar solo over it.
You know what it sounds like? Sounds like a fucking Dido song, and I love it.
What is Dido?
Dido?
I don't know what that
My
is.
tea's gone cold, I'm wondering why. Got out of bed at all. No? Dido? You've never heard of Dido?
Never heard of that. I don't know.
You know the song Stand by Eminem, right?
Not off the top of my head. I've probably heard it.
What the fuck, Spencer?
Yeah, I don't know.
Dude, I'm blown away you're not familiar with Dido. Dido has at least 2 absolutely fucking banger songs that we're going to have to listen to after this.
All right, we're going to do it.
We're going to listen to and watch the videos for both Thank You and White Flag.
Okay.
Because they slap.
Okay.
Slap.
All right.
Okay.
Let's do it. I love getting educated. This is getting educated.
But yeah, track 4,
Upcast.
A Long Day's Walk, sounds like a Dido song and it rocks.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it does rock.
Yeah.
I'll say it's good. Unfortunately, like, the only thing about this one that I have, like, is criticism is that I'm not huge on that second song, and that second song is the longest song on the album.
It is a very long song.
It's very long. The other songs are creative and cool, especially like the first song too. The first song has like a really cool like delay part.
It has great production.
Yeah,
it has really lush production,
and it's pretty neat. But yeah, I mean, it's creative ideas and it's cool. It's Buckethead doing mellow stuff. If you like his mellow stuff, you'll like this one. You should listen to it. It's a good mellow one.
Yeah, it's mellow but not boring except for the second song.
Yep, exactly.
The rest of it is like very inventive and kind of new. And track 4 sounds like Dido. So if you like Dido, hit that shit up.
Yeah.
It's cool. Like a Dido dildo right in your bussy.
Yeah.
Or your earacy. Earacy.
We'll get to that in Cum Corner.
Earacy.
Yeah.
So what flavor of Sparks alcoholic energy drink is this?
Oh,
this is Sparks
do you know
in the dark.
Do you have the flavors handy?
I do.
Yeah, okay.
So the flavors that they released were regular Sparks, which was like orange-ish.
I've had that one.
Sparks Plus, which was just the regular one but with more alcohol. Sparks Red, Sparks Stinger, Iced Tea, Lemonade, Blackberry, and then Sparks Light.
This is Sparks Light. This is a Sparks Light album.
Interesting.
Because this is the sort of shit you put on at a party on the beach, bonfire.
Okay.
But it's not a party that ends up going hard.
More like a bonfire. Blah, 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 blah,
yeah,
blah,
it's
blah,
a party where everybody's smoking more weed than they're drinking. So everybody gets really tired and hungry, and you didn't bring any food with you. You just brought the logs for the fire. And so everybody's like, yeah, we got to go get food. And so everybody leaves early.
Take this party to Taco Bell. Baby.
And they take that party to Taco Bell, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's what I think.
From the taco to the
bell.
Bell. To my soul going down to hell. All these bitches smell.
Wow, that's nice. I like that a lot. That's good, Britt.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, Sparks Light, I feel that.
Okay. Yeah. What in your home is this the thing you do not want to see sparking more than anything else?
My cat.
Yeah, 100%. Nailed it.
Definitely.
Yep, definitely.
I'd be like, there is something very wrong with Z right now. She, My cat does a lot of weird things, but sparking shouldn't be one of them.
It really should.
Theoretically, no. Don't do that, cat.
No.
Pike 242, something's hollow, not Hayden.
Hamden's hollow. We talked about ham for like an hour earlier. You should have this down by now.
More like ham blimp's hollow.
Yeah, that's true. It's a Heathcliff reference.
Heathcliff's hollow.
There you go.
Ham blimp's Heathcliff.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
This fucking shreds. This is one of the shreddingest Pikes that has ever been made.
Non-stop frantic metal. Also, I'm gonna point this out. The number 13 is also lower than this.
And the
242 is very big.
Yeah, the font is different on the numbers on this one.
I like to believe that is an homage to Front 242, a classic EBM band.
You know what? Honestly, possibly.
Could be.
Like,
I wouldn't be surprised if he
Let's pull up the Front 242 logo and just take a look at that. If that's the 242 from the...
It's not.
I'm pulling it up.
I looked earlier. It's not.
I'm pulling it up. I got to see for myself. I believe you.
Mm-hmm.
I mean...
I was curious because I'm like, hey, it's the goth album. It's the Gothic Head. Gothic Head.
Gothic Head.
Gothic Head.
Gothic Head.
It's Goth Head. Goth Head for Cool Dead.
Yeah, I'm looking at this.
It's not. No, it's not.
No, it's not. You're right. It's not they don't use a font that looks like that as far as I can tell.
No.
Dang it. Hate that. I want to believe. But anyways, yeah, this album is fucking relentless. It is either absolutely bonkers shredding or it is like absolutely frantic riffing.
Yeah, it's 11 tracks and like none of the tracks is longer than 4 minutes.
And none of them repeat anything, basically.
Like there's prog metal, there's like just straight up shred fests. There's one song where he just mostly taps the entire song.
Yeah, there's acoustic parts, there's like slapping on the guitar.
Oh, there's so much guitar slapping and funk metal. It's so cool.
There's like funky riffs here and there. But it is like this shit is sick. Like,
it is. This is one of the best Pikes in the 200s.
This is, in my opinion, one of the best Pikes. Like, I think that the guitar playing on this is so incredibly impressive. Like, it is really like next level, and especially like hearing him just drop this out of nowhere in the middle of the 200s of these albums is fucking so impressive.
By the way, I think I forgot to mention it was released on December 12th, 2016, just 3 days after Sparks in the Dark.
Jeez.
And Sparks in the Dark is good, so like making this album within 3 days, mind blowing.
That's insane. That's insane.
Yeah. I'd highly recommend Section 3. It's like driving biker metal. Makes it go like, yeah. That one's fucking rocks. Track 9 is super quirky and funky.
Yeah.
Section 9, yeah. It's all fucking good.
It's all fucking good, and it's relentless. It just keeps going, and then it just ends, and you're like, fuck.
Yeah. What kind of ham den is this?
Ham den. Oh,
it's a den made out of ham, but what type of ham?
No. It's a police bar.
Yeah, a policeman's living room, like a study.
Yeah,
the ham den.
That's what the ham den is. But no, I don't know, man. Like, since this is so relentless, like,
or the ham den. That's my bedroom because that's where I go to pork.
It's pretty good. This is so relentless. What kind of diarrhea is this?
This is the diarrhea that you don't necessarily know is diarrhea. Like, you can kind of feel it, but it's like not the one where you're like, no way ahead of time. You're like, oh, I feel like fucking shit.
Yeah.
This is going to come out like fucking like I'm going to poop soup, basically.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
It's not the poop and soup.
No.
It's just like where you fucking do a big water fart.
Yeah.
And it just coats your entire bowl. And like you get up after you poop and it's just like, there's just like, it looks like someone spray painted your toilet bowl brown. It's
yeah.
It's the diarrhea fart.
Yeah.
It's
wow.
It's the fucking the bowl coater.
Yeah.
It's that one.
Yeah. I like that.
It's the spray paint taint.
Yeah. Wow. You went there.
I did.
It's pretty good. Yeah, I would say it's probably accurate.
Yeah, it's pretty relentless, man.
Pretty relentless. Yeah, definitely.
This is definitely like the gas station sushi.
Oh fuck.
After effects.
Yeah. I would say this is like.
This is when you get like the spicy tuna roll.
Ooh.
And it's really just like 3-week-old canned tuna, and Tabasco sauce.
Yeah. Damn, that's rough, man. You ever had that happen?
I've had all of the worst poops you could ever imagine. Like if you think of,
do you got a good story about any of them or not?
I mean, the story, it's the song remains the same.
Metallica, they wrote a song about pooping, right?
That was a Led Zeppelin song, but that's cool.
Sure, whatever.
But yeah, the song really remains the same. It's like, you eat something dumb, or like you decide to only eat hard alcohol instead of food that day.
Oh yeah. And that'll get you.
Oh, it'll like fucking make you shit your bed, dude.
Yeah, I'll tell you a new one.
No, it'll yeah.
Hate to see it.
No.
Anyways, speaking of shitting beds,
eat a healthy diet and don't shit your bed. Pike. Speaking of shitting beds,
Pike 243.
Santa's Toy Workshop, released on December 23rd, just 2 days before Christmas, 2016, 9 days after Hamden's Hollow, and also the last Pike of 2016.
Wow, we made it all the way through 2016. Look at that. What's interesting here, the 13 cents is still off center, and the font has changed again on the 243, and now it's using a font that actually looks very similar to Front 242's logo.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
So like, if he had used that font, maybe he specifically didn't want to reference Front 242. I don't know.
Who knows?
It's weird. But anyways, this one is like let's talk about the album art here. It's like some figures made from Lego.
Yeah. And
there's a photo taken of them. There's like a flashlight or some kind of light source being shown at them.
Yeah. Heavy shadow effect.
And so their shadows are being reflected behind them.
Shadow the Hedgehog.
Their Shadow the Hedgehog is being reflected behind them. So apparently the face on the left figure that you can see at the top there is a character from Minecraft. A lot of people in the YouTube comments mentioned that. And they were wondering if this is a reference to Minecraft. I don't think that's the case.
I could definitely see Buckethead going hard on Minecraft.
I don't know. I mean...
Are you kidding me?
Maybe.
Buckethead probably runs his own fucking bucket-pilled Minecraft server.
You think there's a bucket-pilled Minecraft server?
I bet he has like a KF server.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
I bet. Like, I feel like he is definitely like Minecraft energy. Like, Minecraft's like super accessible to a lot of people, and Buckethead really likes a lot of very accessible stuff, like Disney films and like Michael Jordan, Michael Jackson. You know,
both of the MJs.
Yeah, but both of the good Michaels. Good? No.
Jury's kind of out on
both. Yeah,
I don't know about
they're
that.
both pretty problematic.
Okay.
Probably. Who knows?
Somebody. But anyways, this one is a weird one. Okay, so it pulls a lot from the previous Pike, but it's also a very different kind of experience.
It's very different. There's a lot of different stuff going on.
There's a lot of
each track is different.
Yeah, and there's a lot of samples here. So there's a lot of specifically vocal samples.
There are, which I really liked.
It was really surprising.
It is very off-putting at first because, like, the first song starts on this funny electronic thing before, like, going into what sounds like just regular Buckethead metal, you know? But then, out of nowhere, there's, like, hip-hop gang chants. They're like, yo! And you're like, what?
Yeah, somebody in the comments described them as gangsta elves.
Yeah, that could be about right. Yeah, I could feel that. And occasionally there's a kid going like, whoa.
Yeah, it's
which
like child
I hate
vocal
that.
samples. I really
that.
hated the child vocal samples, and there were quite a bit of them.
Yeah,
like
there was one song. Which one was it? Santa's 20 Minutes Away that starts with a child going, Santa's 20 minutes away. Track 5, and that I was like, don't make me kill a child. Not today, Satan. Not today. You tempt me daily. Every time I see a child, I'm like, I wonder how it tastes. But not today. Not today. We're not going to find out today is what I tell myself every day.
Sure. I mean, you got to do something to keep yourself going. Got to have some kind of carrot on the stick.
I mean, it's either that or I get into Roblox. So... you know,
that sounds pretty yikes.
Yeah, so I prefer to just harbor those feelings about children.
Okay. Track 3 has a bit of a surf rock feel.
It kind of does. Reminds me of getting banned from Club Penguin for threatening children.
Okay, Les Claypool.
Les Clay Penguin.
Les Club Penguin?
Les Club Penguin. That's the name of the episode.
Okay. Yeah, this one's fucking weird, but it's also interesting. I would say it's above average, but it doesn't reach the heights that 242 reaches. It's interesting.
Yeah, no, it's a good Christmas. I mean, it is Christmassy.
Yeah, there's a lot of like
its own very unique way.
Yeah, weird samples on there, like weird sound effects and noises, and there is like shredding metal and some diversity. There's some
like track
guitars.
4, Blitzen Goes Berserk was a frenetic killer metal song.
Yeah, it was a pretty sick song actually. So yeah, it's a pretty interesting album. I would say definitely above average for sure.
Yeah, what was the last toy that you bought, Spencer?
The last toy that I bought was a Xena Warrior Princess action figure of Xena, new in box at a Salvation Army in Shoreline, Washington in 2017.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Mine was this Lilo thing that like sucks the clit.
Oh yeah, I've seen those.
Those are. I mean, you should get one. People with clits like them.
Nice.
They like them a lot.
Cool, man. That's pretty cool.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I have that Xena action figure somewhere. The box is all fucked up, but like the Xena is in there, and you can see the Xena.
You ever use that as a sex toy?
No, it's still in the box. But the box, yeah.
I mean, you could put her in another kind of box.
Yeah. Have you seen that Hard Times headline where it was like Luigi Amiibo curved to hit G spot? Is it like the Luigi Amiibo? He's like leaning forward. It's pretty funny.
Oh.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
That's funny.
It's funny if people stick in.
What's an Amiibo?
An Amiibo are figures that Nintendo sold that have NFC chips in them. Oh, so you could run them over the NFC reader on the Wii U or the Switch and gain bonuses in some games.
C-Spot, more like the C-Spot shit.
What?
I fucked that one up.
Wow.
Because they had C-chips. God damn it. G-chips, C-Spot.
What is happening?
I ruined the joke. Twice in a row.
Twice in a row. So what's our pike of the week? Our pike of the week is pike 242, obviously.
Easy 242. Hamden's Hollow.
Easily.
Santa's Toy Workshop, though.
Pretty solid.
Pretty good. Yeah, Sparks in the Dark, not bad.
Not bad.
Not as good as drinking Sparks in the Dark. However, in August of 2021, Molson Coors decided to discontinue the only two remaining flavors, which were orange and blackberry.
Damn.
Which means Sparks is no more.
End of an era. Speaking of which, there's some of those like malt liquors I haven't seen around in a while, like Juice. You remember Juice? Joose?
Oh, yes, I do.
Yeah. I like how you gave me that look. You're like, ugh, what? And then I said they spelled it, and you're like, oh yeah, of course.
Yeah. Just like sometimes you just need to spell something stupid. I'm like, oh, my mind remembers that. Like the only thing, like I have a great memory for language, and that's it. That's the only thing I think I care about really is dumb movies and language. And so like sometimes someone will say something to me, and I just won't recognize at all what they're talking about, and they'll spell it, and I'm like, my mind knows exactly what you're saying.
Yeah.
It's really weird. I hate it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. You know what else I hate?
What?
The next segment of the show.
Jesus got the fattest dick. I'm talking about Jesus. Jesus got the fattest dick. I'm talking about Jesus. Jesus got the fattest dick.
Okay, Britt.
Yeah.
Would you be kind enough to accompany me on a journey into a terrible place on the internet?
It's a fish forum?
Not quite.
Oh, Grateful Dead forum.
No, not quite that either.
Worse?
The Bucket Void.
Statements from the Bucket Void.
Bucket Void.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. We're here. We're at the part of the show where we talk about YouTube comments, because what would a show in 2022 be without YouTube comments? They're filled with joy and pain and misery and all the emotions you could possibly experience.
Sounds like my anus.
Yeah, it is. A little bit of Uranus, a little bit of, the world.
Yep.
I've heard that NASA hasn't been paying much attention to Uranus, but that could change.
That's true.
YouTube user T Moody says 1 year ago, "This is better than food when you are hungry." Wow. I'm assuming that when he's hungry, he would rather listen to Buckethead music than eat. That's what that means, right?
Yeah. This is better than food when you are hungry. So this guy's like that guy that eats light, but he eats Buckethead Pikes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. The light eater guy. I remember that guy. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
YouTube user Oscar Eichart says 5 years ago, "Are you rock, Bucky?"
Yeah.
Nobody calls him Bucky.
Okay, let's discuss this guy's PFP, because this is
a terrible looking pint of Guinness.
Yeah, right. This is a pint of Guinness that is at least 1/3 foam.
At least that's a 1/3 head right there.
Yeah,
that is
Gettin Head.
That's Gettin Head.
That's
right
Gettin
there.
Head. A Guinness shit pour.
Yeah,
right there.
Totally.
Fuck that.
Somebody quoted me on Instagram the other day. Something you said about Guinness. You said something like, "It's like having a glass of a bad day," or something.
That sounds about right.
I don't know. It's pretty good. It's pretty funny. Moving on. YouTube user Fat Cash Daddy says 3 years ago, "Immersed in WoW." I have to assume he means World of Warcraft.
I was going to say, we all know how Corpse Grinder feels about Alliance.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I am immersed in WoW too.
You are not. You have not played WoW.
I played WoW briefly.
Don't steal that valor.
I played WoW briefly.
When?
Like 9 years ago. It was, I think, on vanilla or something. It was a long ass time ago, and I was
you do not know how old WoW is. Do you know when WoW came out?
Probably 2008.
WoW came out in 2004.
What?
Yes.
Wow, that's insane.
I know.
So, God, I think version 10 just released. Is that right?
I'm not sure what version.
Yeah,
of that,
a big patch just released.
They just announced a new expansion called Dragonflight.
That must be it.
They do yearly expansions with WoW.
Oh, do they?
Yes.
It's kind of like my asshole.
Yearly expansions?
Yeah.
Love to see it.
My asshole doesn't make quite that much money, but it has a similarly large community.
Oh, and a dwindling user base.
Yeah, very true. I mostly make my money from the DLC at this point.
Yeah. It's also 18 years old.
It's old enough to go to war. That's for sure. I mean, it's been in a war of its own.
It does every year.
Yeah, it's in a war of its own against sperm.
Cool.
That child from your job.
YouTube user Ken Heinrich says 5 years ago, "Merry Christmas and thanks for posting this. I can hear the extra effort in this. I'm going to listen to it while I'm unwrapping cadavers on Christmas morning."
I mean, I get this is him trying to be quirky.
Wait, no. What if he just works at a morgue and part of his job is
like... What if he's a necrophiliac?
Sure, that too.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty rare. I don't think there's a lot of people
like
that are actually into necrophilia.
Merry Christmas to me.
Buckethead and butt fucking corpses.
Yeah.
That's Ken's life. YouTube user Rodrigo Barros Silvia says 5 years ago, "Sick Weesum album."
That's how I describe Weezer's music.
Yeah, me too. Weesum, yeah. I'm surprised, speaking of which, I'm surprised you didn't pick the new Weezer EP for our album cast this
actually,
month.
I will not do EPs because I want to torture you as long as possible, which is why
that makes sense.
I'm forcing you to listen to an entire Red Hot Chili Peppers album.
And I hate you for that. Moving on. YouTube user Percy Smith says 4 years ago, is and always will be my one. Fucking, I can't talk.
I can do this if you want.
Percy Smith says, "Is and always will be one of my Buckethead favorites. I call it funk met rock."
So like funk metal rock.
Yep.
Which is just.
I look at his face. Metal. He says funk met rock. IRL. He does. You know he does.
He looks so much like this guy, I think whose name is also Percy, who used to work for the WWE. He was like the fucking manager of Raw or something. Yeah, he looks so much like him.
This dude looks like the kind of like guitar dad that hangs out at Guitar Center while his family's at the mall. Loves blues. Loves going to the music stores. And like dorking around, like
he has like 5 slides and he doesn't know how to use any of them.
Oh yeah, totally. Moving on, YouTube user Symbolic Vibrancy says 4 years ago, "Kinda what if been trying to create thrash hop, thrash metal and hip hop. My faves have Jimmy Slayer and Exodus Beats. LOL. Bucket is insanely productive and is a guitar."
Buckethead is a guitar.
He is a guitar. That's true. Buckethead is a guitar. What an astute observation. I also love the run-on nature of this sentence. It's like he was just thinking. Also, Jimmy Slayer. I've never heard that band, but it sounds pretty cool.
Also, Exodus Beats.
Yeah.
Which sounds pretty cool.
It sounds cool. It sounds like a dubstep producer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bonded by Beats.
That's pretty good. Bonded by Bucket.
Yeah. Bucket by Blood.
There you go. Hostile Official says 5 years ago, "It's so fast, guy."
He's getting fucked raw. Use more lube next time, Hostile.
Yep. Matthias Karagia says 5 years ago, "Like Megadeth, amazing."
Well, if it's like Megadeth, then you're lying.
Well, there's a response to this one.
Yeah.
YouTube user Mark says 4 years ago, "Megadeth couldn't hold a candle."
Megadeth couldn't hold a barn.
There you go. There you go. Exactly. YouTube user Pushrod49 says 3 years ago, I'm really at a lows trying to explain what his music does to me. I'm almost 70 and have never experienced anything like this before. And as a sideline, my ability on the guitar has increased exponentially since discovering Buckethead 1 month ago. Truly one of the greatest of these years, and hopefully years to come. Peace.
Pushrod 49.
He be pushing Rod.
Pushrod, so 49, I'm guessing he's from Alaska.
Or maybe born in 49?
No, he's Alaskan.
Maybe he was born in 49.
Trust me.
Okay.
He's retarded enough. He's from Alaska.
Whoa.
Pushrod's from Alaska.
You mean Picarded. Come on. Like, use the correct terminology.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pushrod. That's a big old.
I really
like
that. I like that username.
Yeah. Big old penis.
Pretty good.
Pushrod 69.
As I've said before, anybody that talks about how old they are, I love to see it.
Actually,
I always want to see it.
You know what? 3 years ago, yeah, he was born in 49. You're right.
Yeah.
100%. Because he's almost 70.
Mm-hmm.
Which means he's 69 when he wrote this.
Nice.
YouTube
user William Halgam says, 2 years ago, Buckethead music is the best thing that's come into my life in the last 15 years. I wish it would have been sooner at times, but it came at the right time. Just like I did reading this comment.
I was going to say, said no woman ever about your penis.
Me or William Halgam?
Who knows?
Who does know? Who watches the watchers?
Who Williams the Halgam?
That's pretty good. Michael Mesfin says 5 months ago, this defrags my soul. It's a computer joke.
Yeah, you want to explain defragmenting?
Windows file system NTFS fucking sucks ass, and so over time your drives will get slower unless you run a shitty utility inside Windows to try to make them less shitty. Fuck Windows.
I mean, well, not just NTFS. FAT32 also does that.
Oh yeah. So the other Windows file system.
It's also the file system that Apple used up until they invented their own file system in the late 90s. So,
I mean, macOS Journaled is sort of based on that, but
yeah, but they used FAT32 up to a certain point as their file system.
I'm not aware of that. I mean, FAT32 is supported.
No.
Or no, it's not. FAT32 is supported because that's the flash drive format.
Correct.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, like, that's been supported for a long time.
Yeah.
By multiple OSs. You love to see that.
It made sense up to a point, up until you needed file sizes bigger than, what,
4 gigs.
4 gigs? Yeah.
So that's why XFAT came into play. So that XFAT's this, like, fucked up, like, jury-rigged FAT32.
Not as good as KFAT. Alaska's only hip-hop.
Yeah, Alaska's only hip-hop. That's much more interesting. Moving on. Caleb Christ says... 4 years ago, some spicy takes here. Elvis equals king of rock. Michael Jackson equals king of pop. Buckethead equals king of music.
Can I add, Jesus Christ, king of king. Kevin James, king of queens.
Perfect. That's very in line with one of the responses to this, which we'll talk about. Automatone says 3 weeks ago, Tool equal king of progressive.
Queens of butt plugs.
King of diaper.
Yes.
Actually, I think it's more accurate. Aram Damery says 5 years ago, in a long comment, we're only going to read the last part of it, says...
No, whole thing.
We don't need to read the whole thing.
Whole thing.
No, we don't.
Love it.
The last part of this says, I emailed Buckethead to see if he will dedicate a pike to my rooster, Fluffy Foot. He's smaller, but so majestic. and gets picked on by all the bigger roosters. He always dances when Buckethead plays. However, I received no reply. Sad face.
Maybe in your email, don't say, hey, I need you to dedicate a pike to my cock. It's smaller, but really majestic. Gets picked on by all the big evil cocks.
Uh-huh.
And I always dance with it out when you play. Please.
Wow, you really translated this. We should have thrown this in the cum corner. I didn't realize.
Perhaps.
I hadn't thought of it that way.
Sorry, my neural connections are all fucked. They all go, all neural connections end at the cum corner for me, so.
That's true. That's true. So William Hoggum comes back again 2 years ago with another comment. Oh, yeah. Another keeper, and it's legal too. I'll come back to the spot again. No matter how many I catch, I won't be over my limit, and size don't matter.
Okay, there's a lot going on here.
Yeah,
First off,
it's fucking dark.
the spot he's coming back to again, obviously the G spot.
Mm-hmm.
No matter how many he catches, he's talking about STDs.
Or dicks.
He'll never be over his limit. It's STDs.
Okay. All right.
It's
all right.
like,
I like the confidence by which you say that.
I got syphilis 4.0 again? What the fuck?
Is that like Bluetooth 4.0?
It is. It's,
okay.
It's a long range syphilis that can go through walls a little bit better.
Oh, yeah,
not so dependent on line of sight.
Oh, cool.
That's syphilis.
Cool. Yeah, a lot of technology.
Line of syphilis, if you will.
Yeah.
He won't be over his limit, and size doesn't matter. Well, that's just a lie.
Yeah, that's just a lie. Yeah, that's what they tell you to make you feel good. But
yeah, size doesn't matter. Also known as Percy's Progress from 1978. Up on my server, Media Dungeon. Go check it out.
Hell yeah. Now it's time to talk about one of our friends, our favorite commenter in the world.
Master of the ship key, a bucket bot divine, commenter extraordinaire, it's time for Jordan Vine.
Jordan Vine.
69
69.
Says, and I'll need your help with this one. 4 years ago, here's another reason why Buckethead is the greatest ever. Because a lot of guitarists just stick to one style, not Buckethead. He does it all, every style there is. And that's why I love him. Thanks, Jordan.
That's why we love you, Jordan.
That's why we love you.
You stick to a style, one style, not all there is.
Indeed. Jordan Vine also says 4 years ago, Buckethead can sure shred like fuck, but he can also play it slowly and beautifully as well. I agree. That's nice.
Thank you.
Jordan Vine says in a rare, all lowercase comment 4 years ago, if I have anything bad to say about Bucket's music, or if there's something I don't like, I won't comment. I only comment on tracks I like, and I've commented on quite a lot of them. Buckethead hasn't yet released anything solo I don't like, and I don't think he will, because he's the best guitarist to ever exist. So what's interesting is last week, we learned a little bit of Jordan lore, in which he said
he doesn't like
he doesn't like the shreddy metal Pikes very much, and I'm confused by this statement. Jordan Vine is contradicting himself.
Does Jordan Vine exist in a state of material contradiction? I guess,
or potentially quantum flux.
I would say more material contradict. Do you think quantum flux in being that like there is some temporal version of himself that has gone back in time and formed a different opinion?
It's like Schrodinger's vine, basically. Like he both loves and doesn't love the Pikes.
Jordinger's vine.
Jordinger's. Jordinger's vine. Basically, he both loves and doesn't love the Pikes, and it's up to the observers to determine whether or not that's the case.
Yeah, he exists in a state of both loving and disliking a Pike until you see the comment to state one way or the other.
I mean, I think we just figured out the science behind it. So, yeah. Lastly, from the Jordan Vine void, we still have a few more of the other voids, but this is
a comment.
This is a fucking comment.
This is, honestly, I think, one of his most recent comments. I
know. So that's why I made sure to get the actual timestamp in there. Jordan Vine left this comment 2 years ago.
Which is, I honestly can't remember.
This is right before we started this podcast.
Yeah, I can't remember anything he did in 2020 that we've seen. There's nothing that we read from him in 2020 that was 1 year ago or less.
Yeah, so this is new, and this is very fresh, and so he's still active.
We hope.
Wow.
So
there's a chance, is what I'm saying.
So what you're saying is there's a chance.
There's a chance, Britt. There's a chance. So let's do this. Jordan Vine says 2 years ago, everything he does on his own is incredible. All his Pikes and all his full-length albums are phenomenal. Buckethead does what Buckethead wants to do, and if he wants to do it, he fucking bloody can. It's what Buckethead wants to do, not what we want from him. 'Cause it's his music. It's his music, not ours. And it's also his fucking guitar. He can play what the flying fuck he wants on it. Remember that, people. Remember that. Fucking mic drop.
Dude. Fucking Jordan drop.
Fucking epic shit, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Epic shit.
Jordan Vine.
So we have a few more left.
Yeah.
And to kick things off, we're gonna actually move into a segment, one of my favorite sub-segments of the show.
Mm-hmm.
Getting horny, massive boner.
Let's get into the cum corner.
I love that cum corner font.
Isn't that beautiful?
Where did you find that?
I typed penis font into Google.
I love
and
that
I clicked
font.
the very first response.
I am downloading that font and doing so many shitty memes with it, dude.
It's really good.
I hate it. It's so good.
I need to do Tools logo in the penis font. Yeah, that'd be pretty good.
Yeah.
But we got a lot of cum corner this week.
Oh, we love
YouTube user NK Petri says 4 years ago, "This is probably one of his most romantic Pikes that I've heard. Listen again now that I said romantic. A friend of mine, parentheses, female,
female,
said it felt it was romantic in nature. Then I listened to it again and again, and well, you know, it is romantic. A top 20 Pike of mine."
Now this is some heavy incel energy.
It definitely. I loved
a friend of mine, a female. Like it's, you know, this is like one of two women he works with that will actually talk to him.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone else is like, oh, him.
Yeah, he definitely played this at work, and like his coworker was like, "It's kind of romantic, huh?"
Yeah.
And he's like, does that mean you want to touch me?"
No.
And she's like, "No."
No, and she's like, "No, I meant like it draws from the romantic period of classical music from like the from the mid 19th century to the early 20th century."
He's
like
like
Wagner, and he's like,
"I love you too. I love you too.
Do you want to make children, babies?"
I own Austin Powers on DVD. Oh, you can come over and watch it.
I even have the first two, the International Man of Mystery and the Spy That Shagged Me. I have both of them on Blu-ray. I don't have gold member yet, but I will soon.
It's on the way from Germany. Yeah, pretty good. Moving on to Cum Corner. Katie Marigold says 5 years ago, yummy. I'm such a bucket slut. LMAO.
Katie, if you're listening, drop me them digits, because I will stuff all your holes to Buckethead.
Whoa! Don't be one of the commenters that responded to her, please.
Excuse me. Presumably.
Don't be one of the commenters that responded to her, please, because...
Theoretically, if the ass is fat and you want to get blown your shit out to Buckethead, I am a person who can do that for you.
This is not a place for that, Britt.
Listen, I know it was 5 years ago, and you're probably old as fuck now, and all your shit's already blown out. But you know what? I can reopen like that cesarean scar and fucking make an example out of that. Yeah,
that bucket ussy.
That bucket ussy. I can put my own 12-piece in your chicken bucket, if you know what I mean.
Well, seeing as how you have the same attitude as everybody else who responded to her comments, we're gonna read the next comment. And actually, you know what? You're going to read the next comment.
I would love to.
This is in response to that.
How do you pronounce this? Evil Cow Constantine says,
8 months ago.
You truly are. I see you commenting in all these Pikes. Good girl.
Yep.
Let that haunt your dreams, dumbass.
Yeah, that was pretty fucked up.
Yeah, think again before letting me read something, Spencer.
Yeah, it was awful. I hated it. Speaking of things that are awful and I hate, we have one last bucket comment, and then we're going to do a statement from the Britain Void. And that last comment is left from YouTube user RC Swiss Made, who says 1 year ago, Buckethead is not from this world. Where we go one, we go all. Lastly, but certainly not least, Statements from the Britain Void. On April 20th, 2021 at 3:12 p.m., you texted me and said, quote, Happy 3/11 on 420, bruv.
You know,
you missed it.
You know, I think your phone missed it. You have shitty ass internet and it's fucked up and was slow on shit and fuck you.
It records when you send the text, and that's what it determines the date by which it lists in the Messages app.
You know what? Take your Geek Squad bullshit and stick it up your asshole. How about that, Spencer? How do you like that? How do you like that, Spencer?
I think it sounds great.
Statements from the Bucket Boy. Bucket Boy.
Wow, we're at recommendations already.
Yeah.
Holy shit, we're here. What do you got?
This week, I have a Shrek-commendation.
Oh.
Somebody... no, I don't actually.
I like how, that song was really big before Shrek, but then Shrek made that song, I don't know, it gave that song a lasting permanence that I feel like it maybe wouldn't have had.
It memed the song. It made the song memeable.
Yeah, it's funny that song is so tied with that movie now, because I remember when I was a kid and that song came out, it was just tied to itself. It was just a popular
You know what it was
Smash
tied
Mouth
to
song.
when I was a kid? Mystery Men.
Oh, yeah. Is it in that?
Yeah, it was like the theme song for Mystery Men. Before Shrek. It was, I don't think it was made for Mystery Men, but it was that was the first thing that licensed it. I think it licensed that song before it was actually released commercially. It was like, I think it came out as
I thought that All Star was on Astro Lounge, which came out in 97, and Mystery Men came out in 98.
I think it was on the next album after Astro Lounge, wasn't it?
I don't know. I guess we'll have to do some research and find out.
We will.
Yeah. But anyways, what you got for a thing?
I have
a recommendation.
I'm gonna go ahead and recommend something on my server that y'all should check out, called "To Catch a Yeti" from 1995.
Oh wow!
It is a movie that was only released on VHS.
Oh, I love that.
And I wrote a synopsis after watching it last night when I was super fucking high.
As you do.
Meatloaf goes to war with a middle-class family for custody of a Yeti named Hank on behest of a fascist rich kid and for $4.5 million. It is a decent but ridiculous execution of an absolutely absurd script.
Okay.
And I would highly recommend it.
That sounds great.
Check out my server. It is so fucking stupid. Also, the Yeti has oddly human feet, and they're super dirty, and they just like make me hate looking at a screen.
Yeah.
They make
I bet Tarantino loved this movie.
Oh, 100%. This is so Tarantino pilled, baby.
Mm-hmm.
This is Quentin pilled. This is the real QAnon. This is QuentinAnon.
Dude, QuentinAnon. That's got to be the name of the episode.
QuentinAnon. Okay.
That's pretty good.
That's the name of the foot fetish forum.
Quentin Tarantino-non.
Quentin Tarantino-non, yes. Yeah, what do you got to recommend, dude?
So I got two. The first one I want to recommend is a future bonus episode. And that is, we've talked a little bit on here about our distaste for the direction of the television series Star Trek Picard.
True.
And, you know, we've also talked about how a lot of our opinions are echoed and shared by, you know, our friends at Red Letter Media. Well, I guess they're not our friends. We wish they were our friends, but we don't know them. But we like their videos. They're pretty good.
I've sent them a couple of videos that they've used, so they're ostensibly our friends.
I love to hear that.
Yeah, one of them they've actually had on Wheel of the Worst, and the other one was on the wheel but never made it. So.
Nice. That's super rad.
Well, the one that made it was Dream Horse, and I don't remember what episode that was on, but I sent them that video, and they used it.
That rocks.
Cheers.
We've shared that our opinions are relatively similar to that, and we don't want to tread old ground, but I do want to find a way of talking about Star Trek Picard, because you and I talk about it so much.
True.
Right? And so what I would like to do is, here's the thing. I'm very online, and one of the web services that I'm extremely online on is Facebook. And I know that you are not. And so what I would like to do...
That's weird, because I run our Facebook group.
Well, sure.
Yeah.
But you don't be on Facebook reading the stuff I be reading on there.
True. It's weird that you're not on you're on Facebook all the time, but you don't run our Facebook group.
I could.
You could.
I'm down.
Theoretically.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Here's the thing. Check it out. So what I would like to do is I would like to take you on a journey through fan responses, comments, if you will, about Star Trek Picard. Because I assure you, there are some brain-melting takes that, like, I don't think you can handle, and I want to expose you to them.
I can show you a world farted, Picarded, retarded.
You gotta stop. But anyways, I want to invite you to get Picarded with me.
Yeah, we will get Picarded in here. Okay.
Yeah, so I would like to do that with you in the future.
So yeah, let's go ahead and plan that. I think let's make that special episode 3 weeks from now, after the end of the second season of Picard.
That sounds perfect.
Because this is episode 8 this week, and there's 10 episodes this season. So yeah,
let's do that. Sounds great.
Absolutely.
My other recommendation, and this is a big one for me, I highly, highly recommend the Opera web browser. I have switched to using Opera.
You've gone to Opera.
On both my Windows PC and my Mac, and I think that it is the best browser. It is fucking fantastic.
It's the best browser if you make it. It is the most customizable web browser from my experience. So I have used Opera twice in my life. I want to say back in like 2008, I was a Opera user for a year or two, and then probably 2016, I had Opera for a while.
So
Opera has so many cool extensions and is a very lightweight.
Yeah, so I can't speak to it too much from back in the day. I did use it very, 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 very briefly a long time ago, probably like before 2010. But check this out. So I downloaded it on my Windows PC because Microsoft Edge is the worst browser I've.
Yeah.
It's not the worst browser I've used, but it's not a good browser, and I didn't like using it. So I was like, I need something else. I'm gonna download fucking Opera. But Opera. So here's the thing: Opera on Windows is so fucking fast. Like it is the fastest and snappiest browser I think I've ever used. It is not quite as fast on Mac, but it is still very fast. But Opera on Windows specifically is fantastic. If you use a Windows machine, you should get Opera because it's fucking unbelievably fast. It's so nice. Modern Opera is just really great, and it's super minimalist. I like that too. Like the tabs are very, very small, and so like most of your screen real estate is spent like looking at the content instead of looking at like tabs and bars and shit.
Good for porn.
It's really good, and it has some really nice features. It, like, for example, like if you're playing a video and you go to another tab, it shows you the video you're playing in a picture-in-picture, which is super sick, and you can like move it around. It's really well designed. Like I really like using it, and I can't recommend it enough. It's awesome.
Nice, we like that.
And it's free, so and I'd love to see it.
What web browser costs money?
That's a good point.
Yeah, I think they're all free.
Yeah, they used to cost money.
Some of them did, yeah.
Yeah, like Netscape Navigator cost money,
which is why it no longer exists. And
it eventually became free around the time that the other browsers were becoming free. No, do you know why browsers don't cost money anymore? Because of Internet Explorer, and Microsoft was actually sued for this because what they did is they essentially like stole the idea of a bunch of other companies
basically they stole the software from Netscape Navigator
from Mozilla. From the Mozilla Foundation more specifically, which was founded by people that worked on Netscape.
Yeah. And so they stole like basically the underlying code for Netscape, rebuilt Internet Explorer on that exactly same foundation in the exact same way that they stole fucking DOS from Xerox and just retooled it into their own programming language that was almost the exact same.
Well, check this out. So they did that, and then they included it for free with their operating system at a time when browsers cost money, essentially cratering the entire market. The entire industry died because of that move, and that was a savage move, for real. And they got sued. They got fucking sued, and they paid a lot of money for it, but they still won. Oh yeah. So in a sense, I guess like Microsoft made web browsers free. I think they would have gotten there eventually,
which is good. Like, and I mean, we would have probably. I think like Opera's always been open source, so
but like this was long before.
Yeah,
Opera
exactly.
existed.
We would have always had an open source option, although the open source option isn't always as good, and oftentimes it's inferior.
This is true. This is true. Here's looking at you, Gimp.
You just released the motherfucking inferior.
Anyways, hey, is it time for my favorite part of the show?
Yeah, maybe it is. Bucket joke. Bucket joke. Bucket joke. Ha 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 ha. Bucket joke. Hey, speaking of computers, Mac, I only use a Mac because if I put my weird porn in a recycle bin, I'm afraid they'll find it at the recycling center.
That's a deep cut.
It's not that deep. Fucking Mac uses a trash can and Windows uses a recycling bin. Yeah. And I will never figure out why.
It seems like it should be the other way around, to be honest.
It kind of does, because Mac seems more like the eco-friendly kind of thing, but who knows?
Yeah, who knows?
Who knows? Scat isn't Spencer's #1 fetish, but it is #2.
Yeah. I'm the scat man.
What did Sigmund Freud's wife put on when she said she wanted to change into something more comfortable?
I don't know.
A Freudian slip. I melted a block of Gruyere in the computer we used to record the show. It looks like Spencer doesn't like mac and cheese after all.
All right.
I went to a Counting Crows show.
Damn.
0. It was too loud for any birds.
Wow.
Why?
Wow. I like that joke.
Why do you never take a shower before going on a boat ride with the CIA?
Why?
Well, because you'll wash up on shore.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Ever since Amy Coney Barrett was appointed to the Supreme Court, the Supreme Court's decisions have been rather ruthless. Ruth Bader Ginsburg's dead.
I just heard that like the other day. I didn't know. When did that happen?
That happened like 8 months ago. That happened last year.
Dude,
sometime.
I literally never heard about that. I would have been making memes about that if I'd known about that.
Yeah,
I never heard about that.
RBG died, and it was whatever. She should have fucking left. Fucking well, Obama was still president when she had the chance, but instead she's like, "Oh, I'm in poor health. I'll just stay president because Hillary will probably win." And then Hillary fucking lost, and then she fucked everything up. Fuck you, Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
Yeah. Okay.
What do men on the dean's list in high school and men on the sex offenders registry list in urban areas have in common?
I don't know.
Well, tickets to the next Tool concert in town. Spencer here likes my fashion a lot, so he asked me to get him something that would make him look a lot cooler.
Yeah.
So I bought myself a sleep mask.
Wow. Okay. All right, I see how it is.
What does Tom York call the car that he bought with the money he got from Radiohead's second album?
I don't know.
The Mercedes-Benz.
Nice.
It's not nice. I feel bad for the mothers of people who become born-again Christians as adults. Their pussy must be fucking wrecked from the second go.
Nice.
And I'll close on this one. It's a knock-knock joke. Knock-knock.
Who's there?
Classic HBO dark sports comedy series, Arliss.
Classic dark HBO sports comedy series, Arliss who?
We classic HBO dark sports comedy series are listening to a lot of Buckethead Pikes lately.
Joke.
Oh my gosh, Britt. Wow, that was really something. That last joke especially was
stupid.
Really, really stupid and great. I loved it.
Yeah.
That was great. So this is the end of the show.
It is. Where can we find you on the internet, Spencer?
At New Metal Karate Society.
Cool. And you can find me at Dog Vorbis. But you know what? Just hit us up at a Bucketcast on pretty much any socials and give me a shout. I will say hello.
Or if you want to like get in an in-depth conversation about nothing, hit up the Discord.
Yeah. Go to our Discord, which is, I don't know if we have URLs for Discord. Just it's the Gettin Head Discord.
You have to have an invite to join a Discord.
You have to have an invite to join the Discord. I thought you could just invite yourself, basically.
You cannot. You have to post an invite link.
Oh, that's
so there's a way of generating a link that will stay good forever. You have to go into Discord to do that.
Yeah, is the Discord, is that on our links in the Instagram and everything? The link tree?
I'm not sure.
If it's not, we'll put it up.
Yeah, sorry. We'll get on that.
Yeah,
we'll make sure that you can join the Discord.
We'll fucking figure something out.
Yeah.
Anyway, I have been Britton.
And I have been Spencer.
You've been listening to Gettin Head, a Bucketcast.
Stay greasy, Bucketheads.
Namaste.
I'm going to have to nibble the friggin' spaggendackle back into the hellish fucking muckin'. Oops.
Oh boy.
But wait, there's more.
There's always more.
You ready to do this?
You can't try to get laid or watch people. You gotta go out and get that job. What a waste of pleasure. What a waste of pleasure. What a waste of pleasure.
Jesus Christ, Ralph. Aren't you supposed to go out looking for a job today?
Nah, there's a b-ball game coming on at 4.
You can't watch no b-ball game. You gotta get a job.
Nah, I'm gonna try to get laid tonight.
Ralph, I'm getting tired of it. You're gonna get a job today. T-O-D-A-Y.
This is muffed up. I'm taking a day off.
Back in the war, we kill sissies like you. I'd like to shoot you, stupid.
You couldn't hit the side of a barn.
If we were in the jungle, I'd slice your throat.
And this isn't the jungle. My cat will save me.
I can't believe that I had sex to even make you.
Sex makes people?
What a waste of pleasure.
My name is Ralph.
Your forehead makes a good target. By the end of the day, you better have a job or else You see this? It's gonna hurt. Get a job.
All right. Do you want to do yours or mine first?
I don't know. What do you think?
Oh, wonderful. It's totally up to you. I can do either on yours. I'm comfortable with either of those roles.
Yeah, I mean, same. I'm feeling pretty good. Let's do yours.
Okay.
What you want to give us some context here?
Yeah. So I went ahead and read up on there was a beef way back in the day, back in like 2000, between Eminem and Limp Bizkit, and so I wrote something about the genesis of that beef, I guess. And so we have Fred Durst talking to Marshall Mathers.
I love this.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to be Marshall Mathers in this case.
Okay, so that is the Ralph
Beautiful
person here.
I would love that.
Mm-hmm.
Let's fucking do it. Let me update this here.
Oh yeah. So I am going to be Fred Durst. So let me get into a Fred Durst mode here real quick.
Stick it up your baby. Come on.
Yeah. Oh. Whoa.
Yo, dog. I'm gonna be like. I'm gonna be like, yo, dog. I'm Eminem. Like, I'm real serious. I'm from the Detroit streets, dog. Yeah. Good.
All right. I think I got this.
Yeah, let's do it.
I'm ready whenever you are.
I'm ready.
Here we go. Oh, Jesus Christ, Marshall. Don't you want to diss on Everlasting Day?
Yeah, dog. Let me set it up. We can have the studio ready by 4.
Oh, wait. We can't record no Everlast diss song. I got a toothache.
Wait, dog. I got this shit set up. What you trying to do? Get laid tonight?
I don't know how DJ Lethal feels about it. And he's in the Bizkit. Bizkit.
This is muffed up, Fred. Sorry, I'm gonna do one more take. This is muffed up, Fred. I'm gonna record a diss track anyway. Maybe on you.
Back in Jacksonville, we take this to the Matthews Bridge. You see this diss track? It's gonna serve... Sorry. Back in Jacksonville, we take this to the Matthews Bridge. See this diss track? It's gonna burn some other bridges, stupid.
You couldn't burn an orange door hinge.
If we were in the studio, I'd cut a diss track on you.
But we're not in the studio. My rap skills will save me.
I can't believe I invented white rap to even make you.
Wasn't that Vanilla Ice?
What a waste of Fred Durst.
My name is Chicka Slim Shady.
Your hip-hop makes a great target. Don't make that diss track or else DJ Lethal might get lethal.
Meow.
It's Limp Bizkit.
That's beautiful, Britt. I love that so much.
Thank you.
All right, so my scene is a callback to something we talked about earlier, which is the only reason I brought it up. So this is Ozzy Osbourne and Lemmy having a conversation on the morning of the day Lemmy died.
I think I'm going to be Lemmy here. You're cool with that.
Okay, that sounds great.
I've got a good Ozzy and a pretty good Lemmy, but I think
I would love to be Ozzy. So that means you're Ralph.
Give me just a second here to get me into Lemmy form.
Jesus Christ!
My name is Lemmy. Yeah, okay. I think I got it actually.
All right.
Jesus Christ, Lemmy! Aren't you supposed to be dying today?
No, there's a Nazi memorabilia auction on at 4.
You can't buy no more Nazi memorabilia. You gotta die.
No, I'm gonna try to get laid tonight.
Lemmy, I'm getting tired of it. You're gonna fucking die today. T-O-D-A-Y.
Ozzy, this is muffed up. I'm taking Motorhead on tour this fall.
Back in England, we worship legends like you. I'd like to bite your head off, stupid.
Ozzy, you couldn't bite the head off a barn.
If we were on tour, I'd get you so fucked up.
Well, we aren't on tour. The bar downstairs will save me.
I can't believe I'll be the one with a living brain.
Your brain is alive?
What a waste of drugs.
My name is Lemmy.
Your legacy makes a good target. By the end of the day, you better die or else. See this memorial? It's gonna be sad.
Meow.
Stop living!
Lemmy's cat sounds like him. He's a British cat who like chain smokes.
I just really okay. 2 lines I really like in this are, Jesus Christ, Lemmy, are you supposed to be dying today?
Which Lemmy probably did wake up and he was like,
Oi! Hey! I think I'm gonna drop dead today. And I'll watch the Jack Daniels, maybe. Oh, not so.
Yeah, beautiful.
And and also you couldn't bite the head off a barn.
Yeah, that is good.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Anyways, hey, that's the show. Bye.
We did a show. Go fuck yourself.